Hey everyone, my name is Mixlex Horowitz. I use they them pronouns and I identify as a queer, non-binary, transmasculine Jewish human. I work as an LGBTQ plus educator, activist, and model and mental health advocate, and I'm currently located in West Philadelphia. And so today, I'm wearing my Do Right Movement t-shirt, and so I am going to talk with you about how we can do right and what doing right even means or what it can look like. And I want to start by saying that any person, regardless of age, identity, location, education, whoever you are, wherever you are in your life and your journey, you can be a part of this movement. The Do Right movement to me means that I understand myself to be an active and engaged citizen, not only of the United States, but a citizen of the world. And what does that mean to be an active and engaged citizen? For me, doing right or being a part of the Do Right movement means that I am actively engaged. I am taking action, whether that is online through writing or engaging in conversation or hosting events, or in person, which could be going to protests, hosting in-person facilitations, engaging in conversation with your family or friends at dinner or over coffee or while you're watching TV. Being active and being engaged, we can use all of what those entail to discuss any conversation, any topic, any challenge or issue. Currently, for me, my advocacy focuses on uplifting and supporting LGBTQ folks, particularly transgender individuals, and more particularly trans individuals who have experienced the greatest amounts of discrimination, stigma, and marginalization due to having intersectional identities. So whether that is someone who is trans and a person of color, trans, a person of color and disabled, someone who is trans and an immigrant, you name it, folks who have intersectional identities, and those identities, when we look at them together, are both marginalized, are both not cherished and loved and accepted and supported by our government, by our society, and the world at large. And so for me, doing right means fixing those disparities. And if not fixing, because obviously I'm one person, I will do everything I can, but to address those disparities, to host conversations about why there are these disparities and what folks can do to eliminate or decrease them. Ways in which we can redistribute resources within the queer community to those who need it most and who have been barred both purposefully and indirectly from accessing those resources. And so for me, the Do Right movement means that I am using my power, my responsibility, my voice, and my experiences to speak up, to act up, to not stay silent. I'm going to amplify melanated voices. I am going to share the stories and the art and the writings of people of color, particularly people of color who are also trans and who are within the LGBTQ community, because my platform is a community space. But I am not a community. I'm a community when I'm with you. I'm a community when I'm with others and supporting and uplifting and cherishing what they have to bring and who they are and loving that authenticity. And so I have created 4 urgent need community programs that are free to those who are eligible. One is a starter binder program, another is a starter packer program, and the gender affirmation clothing program, and a community mentoring program called Chats with Lex. These are free to those who are eligible because with all of the disparities, with all of the resources that have been historically due to being in a society that is anti-Black, in a society that is built on white supremacy, a society that in its making stole Black bodies and used their labor to build our country and have yet to give reparations to people of color. In this society, I see my part, I see me doing right as trying to address those disparities, those resource gaps, and in a sense, reparations, because our society owes that to Black people in the United States. And I can use my platform, I can use my privilege as a white Jewish person to start making those reparations, to start bringing those resources to the people who need them most, and of course deserve it, even if our society will not say it. And so I am here to say that I think, got a little heated. So I'm just here to say that doing right means that you are not silent. Silence is complicity. Silence is violence. If you are silent and someone is saying something inappropriate or discriminatory or just downright hateful, then you are complying with their hate and with their ignorance by not saying something. We must always use our voice. If it's not safe for us to use our voice in that moment, finding someone who is safe enough to use their voice, such as if you are a child and you see something that is wrong, you can tell a trusted adult near you so that you remain safe yourself, but we're also not letting the hate or the discrimination or the marginalization of people in our communities just go right by. So please, please remember, in the great words of Holocaust survivor and political activist Elie Wiesel, who said that silence is supporting the oppressor. There is no such thing as neutrality. We must use our voice. We must use our resources. We must use our hearts and our souls and our just undying love for our community, especially those who have been historically marginalized through institutionalized racism and ableism and all of the other isms that we are currently working to dismantle in our society. So please, please be a part of the Do Right movement. Use your voice. Use your responsibility, your privilege, your power, whatever it may be, to make a difference.